that's written, everything that the men of the Lord went through is for our learning, man. To keep our faith burning, to keep us going, man. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. You know, because that's that novice, that's that pride, that proud one, that one that thinks he has everything on lock. That's not broken of spirit and humble. You know, he ain't at that level, man. Though he be made knowledgeable and all the brothers may respect him, call him an elder, whatever, you know. Every comment board he gets on, everybody's acknowledging him. He's missing that broken and contrite spirit, man. He hasn't been humble. That scripture applies to us, the brothers that are in the truth. Who is the people of Corinth that Paul written the epistle to? Those were the followers of Yahweh Shai, man. They weren't just ordinary men like out here. This message ain't to these people. They're going to get condemned and rebuked for their error, for their wickedness. And if they want to learn, they're going to be taught the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But until then, they're going to be told that they're going to be destroyed here in America. Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. Now that goes into that one I read in the book of Sirach. He said, blessed is he whose mind has not condemned him. Blessed is he who has not fallen from the hope of the Lord. You know, because when that heavy trial comes, people are going to fall out, man. People are going to fall out because they weren't ready for it. You see what I'm saying? They weren't really tried. They weren't really put through that war zone. This is a whole different ball game versus just being growing up in the hood and dealing with niggas and dealing with thieves and shit like that. You gotta be built and rooted and grounded up in this truth, man. This is what builds you up, man. This is what really tries what kind of man you are, what type of character you are, man. Not what you've done in the past or what you were in the hood. The most I don't give a shit about that. I don't look at that. I look at what you are from the time you were born in the truth and came up, and what you've been through. I listen. That's one thing people some people, brothers, have to learn. Listen a lot. Listening is very important, man, because listening comes observation, or the other way around. All right, but always listen. That's how we test the spirits, right? That's how we understand, right? Before you observe, always listen, because a brother that you may think that's of a low degree may be a very strong brother, a high level brother, but he's not putting himself out there like that, man. I've seen it everywhere throughout being in the world, everywhere, in every aspect, jobs, you know, certain groups, whatever they do, whether it be football, basketball, they always got that favorite one, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then there's that one that they call an underdog. The underdog is always, he's real dope. There's certain things that I like from underdogs, like, damn, there's a certain style. There's something about him that, like, damn, that shit looks clean. Yeah, the other one dominates. He's all around a well-rounded player, but there's that one that he just got some certain style, like, damn. Like, that one little thing can take out that well-rounded one, man. He's deadly. Because that's a quote, I think, but Bruce Lee said. He's like, I'm not afraid of, basically he's saying, I'm not afraid of the man that can I don't really know. I think it said something about, I'm not afraid of the man that can hit or kick the hardest and hit the target at one time. I'm afraid of the man that practiced that punch and that kick 1,000 times, man. And that's true, because he's deadly in that one area. Is very deadly. See? So you got to be wary of these things, man. That's why the Most High deals with the lowly, and not all Israel is lowly. Yeah, they're in low conditions, but they're not low in spirit. They're not lowly in spirit, man. They're not humble. They're still proud. They're wicked, arrogant. They think they know it all. Even when they're going through hell, they still get proud, man. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. there had no temptation taken you, but such as in common that is common to men. See, everything that we go through is common to men. That's why I brought up that one in Matthew, that he calls it the rain and the sun, basically to fall upon the good and evil right here. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 45. That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? And if ye salute your brethren only, what do you more than others? Do ye not even the publicans so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Right? So the Most High causes blessings to fall upon the good and the evil. But all these temptations are common unto men. Yahweh Shai went through, right? This is Hebrews 4 and 15. For we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, right? Because he's in the spirit realm. He overcame that. He conquered everything. Okay? But was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. So he going back to 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There had no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. See? Because Yahweh Shai went through it. He was tempted as man was, through all the temptation that could be possibly be faced with. You know? He was given the opportunity to rule the earth, to rule that time, to have kingdoms, have authority there here on the earth. When he was tempted by the devil for 40 days and 40 nights. You know? But he rejected that, man. He was tempted in all areas. There had no temptation taken you, but such as common to man. But Yahweh was faithful. See? Yahweh was faithful, though. He's long-suffering, man, and we have to take advantage of that. Don't take it for granted, man. Just because you know that the Most High is a certain way, you cannot take it for granted. Because the Lord tells us that He will shut a door that no man can open it, man. He will shut the door to grace, to salvation. He will shut the door. Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. You see? So when we go through, what we suffer through, whatever it may be, the Lord gives us a way to escape and to examine the situation and to know, could it be me next? Could it be my life next? Could it mean me being put to death next? Brothers ain't around us to know every situation, every movement that we make. It's up to us to apply that wisdom, man. We have to apply it in our lives and to examine whether we be in the truth. Now, if you're in the truth, we know sacrifices have to be made. Sacrifice is not what the Most High requires of, but it comes with that broken and contrite spirit. It goes hand in hand. There's going to be sacrifices that have to be made. And I'm speaking to myself when I say this, and to the audience, the brothers out there that listen. We know what we need in and out of our life, no matter how much it hurts. And I knew for many years I kept saying, something's going to happen, something's going to happen. And the Most High is telling me. He's already telling me, and He showed me. And that's why I made the comment, can it be my life? Can it be my life next? Alright, and like I said, I also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear it. And how we're going to bear it? Because we have faith in this word, we have the Comforter. We have the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We know what we're going to receive. We know what we're going to gain by staying faithful to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. is Hebrews chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 9. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. You see? So every brother, we get happy, man. We get happy seeing the brothers still doing the work, still striving for the truth, still fighting, still going out to the highways and the byways. Whether it be entertained, exciting, nothing. Just seeing the brother's face still doing the work is enough for us brothers to be like, it brings peace to us. It's like, brothers, we all know brothers in every different area. We have a mental, what do they call it? A mental imprint of every brother, man. Like some people call it photogenic memory, right? That's what we have, and we know. So when we scan through the videos and we see boom, 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 it's like automatic. You know what I'm saying? It's rapid. Boom, boom, boom. There's a brother. He's doing the work. But then we start seeing a brother not doing it. Like talking about myself too. But we're like, damn, what's going on? What's going on with the brother? You know? So when he starts picking it back up, we're like, hell yeah, okay. We come back and we're good. That's how Yahweh Bashim Shai is. He's not just there always monitoring us and being like, yeah, keep going, brother, keep going. He's put that will in us to continue to go. So he's doing his thing, man. He's doing the work. That's part of how the Spirit works, man. You know? It says, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you. That's why we want to be persuaded of better things of ourselves, man, of each other. Like I said, man, in many videos, brothers have to pray for one another. If you got brothers with you, you have to be tight. We have to get together, man. Like I told the brother that's there in Midland, we have to fellowship more often, man. You know? We have to fellowship more often because we are accountable for one another, basically. Just imagine if like it says in Ezekiel 33, if we don't go out and warn these people, sound the trumpet to these people, the Lord said that their blood is going to be upon our hands. How much more one another that are in the truth, man? So we need each other. We have to be with each other as much as we can. As more now that we see the days drawing nigh, man. Just like, you know, people think death is a bad thing. Death is not always a bad thing. Yeah, it hurts. You lose that one you're familiar with, this, that, and the third. Yes. But if you look at it through the Spirit, you know what it does? It brings people together and it humbles a lot of proud people, man. That's why the Lord is going to use the instruments of death to destroy a lot of people, because that's the only thing that's going to humble them. That's how we know that it's a beautiful thing. That's how we can accept that. That's how we can boldly come out here and speak about that topic that is basically taboo to the people, because they don't know, they don't want to experience things like that. They don't want to hear things like that because it ruins their day. It disturbs their mentality. We stir up the spirit, right? That's what people fail to realize, man. You know? It says, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we thus speak. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, you see. So Yahweh Bashim Shai is not unrighteous to forget our labor of love. And what is our labor towards? The brothers, you know, being examples to the flock, by being diligent, by observing the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, edifying one another, building each other up. That's what our that labor of love is, man. Right? The love is what? Obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. And what is labor? Labor is you toiling, you standing on your own 2 feet and applying yourself. Like you do at your carnal job, your worldly job, but for the Lord, you're applying yourself to do this work, to make videos. And it's crazy how something like that, that's why the Lord said, study bringeth the weariness of the flesh. It's like when you go to school, you know, I hated going to school when I was young. You know, I dropped out. You know, I got my GED when I was 25 years old, but I hated school. I wasn't ready for school. That wasn't on my mind. You know, having to read and study and apply all my mind, my energy into trying to get an answer right. I hated it. You know? But that's that labor that we have to put towards this word, man. We have to study it. We have to break up our fallow ground and apply ourselves to this thing, man. With our nose in, man. You know? It says, for Yahweh was not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. You see? But it's crazy how that worldly shit in the school system can follow us into this. That's why it's important to have that effectual, fervent spirit, to be fervent in business, man, occupied in prophecy, because everything else out here is set up to destroy us, man. It could be a small thing, it could be a big thing. Point is, it's all set up to destroy us. It's all set up to lead us to a whole different path, and it's gonna happen. But Yahweh Shai is gonna chastise our ass to where it's gonna come back. We may not realize it, we may not see it, but some brothers may see it. But the Lord is going to put that whipping on you and bring you back. That's why he considers us sons, and Lord willing, I'm the elect. You know? But whatever it is, we're experiencing that. You brothers that are out there that read things to the Spirit, you're actually fulfilling prophecy, man. There's a big chance that we can be the elect. We have to believe and have faith in that. We cannot let go of that plow, man. We cannot let go of the instrument of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai that's given us into a salvation. His name, which is his word, man. Yahweh Shai. As it says, he comes written in a volume of a book. That's why we say that. He gave us the keys, man. This is the key. Right? It says, Hebrews 6:11, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence. You see, we prepared our minds for the temptation, right? Prepared our minds, our hearts, when we come to serve the Lord Yahweh Shai. And we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end, unto the very end, man. That's why the Lord said, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Or whatever it may be, man. It could be, it's like we know there's going to be martyrs. Check it out. Like Moses. Moses didn't make it into the promised land. He couldn't go in. He couldn't enter. Right? But he fulfilled his lot. He did his will. It don't say how he went. It don't say how he went out. But more likely Yahweh Shai took him, man. He took him with him. Like Enoch. You know, like Elijah, because his job was done. He finished his job. You see, Yahweh Shai, he died, resurrected, and went back to the Father. He finished his job. He didn't stay here all for 1,000 years, 2,000 years, 2,000 years until this very time. You know. To show the full assurance of hope unto the end. Paul even said it. I'm going to bring it out. Got to keep fighting, man. We got to keep going, man. And I tell myself this, man. I'm telling myself why I said those words. This is I'm going to start at 2 Timothy 4:5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. See? Because Paul knew his time was coming to an end. The time of him being expired. To glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. He did his job. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness. You see, and that's what all those brothers are striving for. We're striving for that crown, man. salvation, to be called up by the sound of the trumpet, come up hither, man, into a chariot. But only if we're found doing the work, only if we're found the elect. Only the elect is what's being found and gathered together from the four corners of the earth by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which is the word by the way of the mouth of the prophet, man, by his servants. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day. And not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing. Man. You see that, man? Unto the end, we have to continue in this thing. You know? We got to keep pushing forward, man. And fuck everything else, man. Fuck America, like we always know. America, we know America's great Babylon. America's going to fall. You know? We know these 2/3 are going to be destroyed. These so-called badasses, man. They ain't nothing, man. You know? Their pride, it's like we know. Pride goes both before a fall. Pride goes before destruction. A lot of these people are real proud and they don't even know that they're about to fall, man. Because we know that, though we're in this truth, that there's a potential that we could fall. How much more these 2/3, these wicked 2/3, the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man, that are proud, they're gonna fall, man. We know that the end, the end of the 2/3, where did the sinner appear? It's gonna appear in destruction, man. It's gonna appear in that fire, man. That's where he's going to appear. All those that appear for the Lord's return, we're gonna appear where? In the chariots, man. We're gonna see each other there. The elect. Hebrews 6:12. That ye be not slothful. That ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises, man. And that was beautiful because I started a lesson off with giving the example of Job, right? He endured to the end, man. He suffered greatly, Job, right? But he was increased at the end. His border was enlarged, man. And for a lot of brothers that have been seeing me out here in the highways and the byways in my city for the past going on 9 years, the brothers, ask me, what does your name mean? In the Hebrew is Yabatazah, right? And that's the Jabez in 1 Chronicles chapter 4, right? And Lord willing, this is what I hope for. But this is what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to do to all the elect as in a whole. Right? That's what he did to Job. He increased him at the end. Why? Because he endured to the end. He did not give up his integrity. Right? He held himself accountable. He glorified Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He said, shall we receive good and not evil? He knew the balance of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He knew of the tests and trials that could come from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But him as a man, he knew that he had to keep his integrity. He had to keep that loyalty, that faith, that confidence, that no matter what, even if he died, he was going to die with integrity. This is first. I just want to bring this out about what my name means, because I made that comment about the Lord will enlarge our borders, man. He's going to enlarge our border. He's going to increase us. He's going to give us a kingdom. And I'm going to bring that one out in 2 Corinthians, Lord willing, if I remember after this. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. And Jabez was more honorable than his brethren. And his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bear him with sorrow. You see, Jabez in the Hebrew is Yabatazah. Yabatazah means he is grievous, or he is sorrowful. He is full of sorrow. He is sorrow. What does that mean? He's angry. He's vexed. Right? Some brothers will say, oh, the people in the world will say, oh, he's depressed. He's mad. He's angry. That's what Jabez means. And Jabez called on the Lord Yahweh of Israel, saying, oh, that thou wouldest bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast. Right? So what do you think Jabez? You think Jabez was going through things that were nice. You think he was living as a heathen or as a 2/3? No, man. He was living that life. He was going through things, man. Why else would he pray that? Why else would he ask that? Like I was saying, we have to ask and pray for the things that are needful. Faith, strength, grace, more wisdom, hope, put on as the hopeful elect. Hope that we're saved. Hope that the Most High has mercy on us to be saved. That's what he's asking. Why? Because he was going through hell. His name wasn't named. He wasn't named that just for no reason. It's called omen omens, man. Name fulfillment. Name prophecy. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, "Oh, that thou wouldest bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast." You see that? And to enlarge my coast. And that's what we need, man. We need to be enlarged. We need more than what we have here in this mediocre place, man. This hellhole. More than our damn job, no matter how much it pays. It could pay somebody $100 an hour, $300. You could be a lawyer. That's not enough, man. We need more. We need Yahweh Shai. We need to be delivered out of this place. We need eternal life. We need true substance. And enlarge my coast, and that my hand might be with me, and that thy hand might be with me. Man. That's what we say. That your hand might be with me. Your will be done, man. That we might be saved. Yeah, we have to come boldly, but the scriptures say in Hebrews that we might be saved. Might. Because the scriptures say this, the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. There's no guarantee because we have this truth. Because we're on the highways and the byway, we have the garment, we know the names. It's only for the elect. And that thy hand might be with me, and that thou wouldest keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me. But like I said, the Lord has given us a way to escape and to bear it, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Right? But that's what we ask and we pray and hope in the Most High, that when we walk, when we go to work, whatever we go through, that the Most High has mercy on us. But then we know on the flip side of that, it can happen. Why? Because it happened to Job. Because the Most High does that. He tests us. He tries us. That's how he refines us. That's how he gets us to realize certain things. Hey, get your ass out of that situation because it can be your life. People don't consider that, man. People think everything's a joke. There's consequences, right? Even Esau and his court system, they tell you there's consequences for breaking the law, right? Well, how much more this Bible? A lot of people, you ain't going to escape the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call God and Jesus, man. He's going to bring judgment. He's already making judgment known here in America. He's making it known here. That's why you're seeing people being shot down in the streets on a daily basis, man. All types of crime activities at the height that it's ever been. And meaning it's in the four corners of the earth, man. It's everywhere. To the smallest city, So it said that it may not grieve me, because that's all his life was, man. That's all our life is. It's full of grievousness, full of sorrow, full of vexation. We want to live. We want to love life. We want to be like these 2/3 that say love life. They love life because they indulge themselves in wickedness, man. But really they're miserable. Really they're empty. But when we're in the kingdom, we're gonna say truly we love life. This is life. Life is of true, like, to thrive, to endure forever, like a tree. Green vegetation, life, man. When I hear life, that's what I see. I see an ever-growing tree that's full of fruit and leaves, green. It's beautiful, thick and strong. That's what I see when I hear life. And in a worldly sense for people to understand. Because life, according to the Bible, is His word. But also this word is likened unto a tree of life. Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's why the Lord said, how are you able to understand if you can't understand earthly things, how are you able to understand heavenly things? We need substance. We need to be delivered out of this place, man. And it says in 1 Chronicles 4 and 10, and Yahweh granted him that which he requested. Okay? So that's why I brought that up. That's what my name means. And all us brothers, the elect, Lord willing, we're the elect. Whoever the elect, their coast will be enlarged, man. We will be given more because of what we suffered on this side. What we suffered is not going to be compared to anything that we're gonna receive, man. It's nothing. We're not gonna look back and be like, damn, that was hard. We're gonna look back and be like, damn, that was nothing. It was all worth it. 2 Corinthians 4 and 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. See that? It's not meant to destroy us, Akim. I speak this to myself. For what I'm going through, I gotta have that mentality to keep me in the faith. You know? It's not meant to destroy me. It's meant to check me. It's meant to get my head right, my spirit right, focused on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Alright? Let me go ahead and line up the scripture that I want to bring out. Okay. But like I had said in Hebrews 6 and 12, that you be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises, right? And that's what Lot, he did inherit the promise. Scriptures tell us that he was increased, and Yahweh shall inherit the promise, which he went to his father. He received that crown of life, right? It all tied together. It's all tying together beautifully. The spirit of power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right. This is James chapter 5, verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Meaning that we have to endure those afflictions. We have to stand firm in the midst of this hell, man. In the midst of the trials and tribulations that we suffer. This is John chapter 16, verse 33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. You see.